Hello, everyone, and welcome to a very special Mayhemtainment episode that comes during our normal off time. But thought it was important that we get this episode in, and now is when we finally did have the time to do it. So we're going to do it. First things first, though, real quick, got to give a shout out to Marcus Frederiksen. He used his music for just about everything here on Mayhem Media. So make sure you check him out. ReverbNation.com/Marcus Frederiksen. And the guitar riff that you heard on the way in, on the way out of this episode is from the song A Friend, which is a great song by him. And of course, check out, I am wearing the Normalize the Good t-shirt tonight. And that's with Mia Jean. That's Marcus's sister. She has the apparel line, The Humankind. Check that out on Facebook. And make sure you share it out and pick up some apparel. Check out the Mayhem Media storefront, bonfire.com/store/Mayhem Media shop, and pick up some apparel. We have lots of new stuff in the storefront at this moment, more than what you see here. It's time for me to make another updated picture of the storefront, but we have a lot of different designs, a lot of different products. So go and pick something up. That's how you can support Mayhem Media. And of course, liking, commenting, sharing, that requires no money at all, just a few moments of your time. So you can always do that to help us as well. My guest for this episode, if you haven't figured out by the title, is the Wolfman, Jacob, and he also has autism, and he's the prediction specialist on our prediction show with Connor Clarkson, the one and only Connor Clarkson. Shout out to Connor Clarkson. And of course, he also does some research for us on some of our episodes as well. So, Wolfman, we finally are able to have this episode.
Yeah, good time.
Yeah. Now, we're 3.5 minutes in. By the time I'm done talking, it'll probably be at about 6 or 7 minutes. And that's how long it took me to plug everything, to announce what's happening, to talk about what this episode is about. And then I'm going to let Wolfman talk about autism. On your previous podcast, which you are no longer affiliated with, did the same thing. They did an autism special. And it took, I believe it was 35 minutes before you finally said a word, like not just got to talk, but even got to say a word. And then it was another 8 to 12 minutes later before you actually got to the autism. So you're talking about going in to an episode 47 minutes in before you actually get to talk about autism. And I can assure you, everybody turned it off long before that. So
my sister-in-law did too. She was like, "I'm gonna punch somebody."
Yep, dude. At the time I didn't even know you that well, and I wanted to punch somebody, so I couldn't believe myself. Remember, you and I were chatting. You and I were messaging each other when the episode was on, and I said, "Dude, terrible." So yeah. We're going to do better this time. And look, it didn't even take me to the 6-minute mark. So you have autism. You have high functioning autism.
Yes, sir.
Now, would you like to explain the difference between high functioning and low functioning autism, or?
To the best of my knowledge, I can.
Sure, go ahead.
I have been diagnosed with Asperger's, which is a form of autism. On the spectrum of autism, I am on the high end of autism, which means I do not require much assistance to do my everyday things like cooking, cleaning, and all that other stuff. But I do need assistance helping remember things. I might need more time on assignments, or I might not understand things that other people understand.
Yeah. And
So
then, of course, the difference between that and low functioning autism is the amount of assistance that's required to live your day to day life, and that's not just for
yeah,
autism. I want to point
no,
that out. That's not just for autism. I deal with the same exact kind of thing with my care and stuff, being in a wheelchair with arthrogryposis. So that's not just related to autism. That's
no,
across pretty much anything like that. It's really based on how much help you need to live your daily life.
yeah,
I need a little bit more assistance to live my daily life than you do.
yeah,
And I don't have
yeah. Like my
autism though. We're also talking about two different things as well here.
like for I'm gonna make an example, not autistic, but my one of my favorite cousins has ALS, and she's outlived the expectancy, and she is kicking ass.
Yeah.
But she had to quit her job, move in with her mother, and she has home care, and her mother has to do all that. So this kind of stuff really hits close to me because I have family that has different kind of disabilities. They have ALS, they have diabetes, they have uh I don't know, Parkinson's disease. So when somebody disrespects that, they don't want to piss me off.
Yeah. Um, absolutely. Of course. I can understand that. Like I said, I don't know how you were able to keep your cool before, but um, so yeah, so it's all about the level of care you need. You don't need that kind of assistance, the level of assistance that I necessarily need, but you do need some assistance. And now you
Yeah.
also have, now this might be a little sidebar here, but you also suffer from seizures, and you just recently got a dog who's able
Yep.
to sense when you're going to have these.
Yeah. Um I just got my seizure alert dog like last October from a organization called Medical Mutts, who go to shelters and adopt as many dogs as they can, who they think will make good service dogs. So, and
Nice.
it's messed up because it's in Indianapolis, Indiana.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I want to do this because this money helps them save other dogs to save other people.
Yeah.
So I'm like, let's rescue the rescuers.
Yeah. Give them patronage. Yeah.
Yeah. And my dog is named Molasses.
Oh,
Nickname her Momo from Avatar: The Last Airbender. She's a Pug Beagle mix,
wow.
and she's a potato.
That's something. That is a combination of so many things you just said there. I don't even know where to begin with all that. But I don't know if our viewers have never seen these videos online. You should go check them out because they're pretty awesome. The dogs know when they're going to happen. They can alert Jacob. It can alert Jacob when he's going to have one, and so he can get to a seated position or get what he needs.
Yep.
Some of these, they even have them for diabetes now, for your blood sugar
Yep.
levels. You can get them, so that way the dog will come over and be like, "Hey," or fainting spells. Like, I mean, the combination of that, dogs just have a scent. They have an access to the scent, and they can smell it before it's going to happen. And that those seconds even are crucial sometimes for that.
Yeah. Especially for me because my dog has been specifically trained for me for
Yeah,
low blood sugar, depression, anxiety, and nightmares,
interesting.
and my seizures. My last severe seizure, which you probably knew about, was 17 minutes long. And right before that happened, my dog would not leave me alone. She kept tugging on my pants, saying there's
Did
something
you
wrong, kept getting my mom.
were you aware of it? Did you know it was coming then?
No.
So even with your dog, wait, now hold on a minute. Now here, I'm about to throw you under the bus, Jacob. So I apologize for that. But now your dog was alerting you, and then so you didn't respond to it. Was that the way did your dog alert you the way it was trained to alert you, and you just
Yes.
didn't listen?
Well, we were just thinking like she wanted food or something, but then my mom became to think, she's like, Jacob, are you about to have a seizure? and I didn't respond because I was in the beginning stages of my seizure.
You had already started. So now you know.
Yeah.
So if it happens again, you're not gonna. You next time you'll be, when she starts alerting you, you'll be more alerted.
Yeah. So this dog has to go with me everywhere, to the grocery store, to the mall, to the airport, to the doctors, everywhere.
Yeah.
So
You just have to listen to it.
yeah. And the
You
thing
just have
that
to
really
listen to
it pisses me off, because I've seen videos everywhere that there's people that fake having service dogs or service
Oh, there's
animals.
people out there that fake all kinds of stuff, dude. Dude, there's people out there that fake just about everything, man. I saw a video of someone using a lens filter to record themselves pretending to be pretending to have Down syndrome. It was a filter.
Oh yeah, I heard about that. That pissed me off.
Yeah, well, that person likely got train wrecked online, to say nothing of what happened to her personal life. But yeah, like there's all kinds of stuff out there, you know what I mean? And there's a lot of evil in the world. Like, it doesn't matter what it is, you're always going to find someone who's going to poke at it or make fun of it or something like that.
Ruin it for everybody that actually needs it. Like me.
Yeah. Well, you just gotta push past that stuff, though. Like, you gotta push past that stuff, and you know what I mean. Like, you just gotta take that stuff in stride, because there's always going to be people who try and rip off the system or try and get things for free. And of course, now we're going in a different direction, so let's not go that direction on Mayhem Media. That's for our sister show, the Boiling Point Podcast. But you take this dog everywhere. You've had her since October of last year, so almost a year. We're going
almost a year.
So then your last seizure, how long has it been since your last seizure? When the 17-minute seizure, how long has it been since that?
That was June 6th.
June 6th. Okay. Now you were sitting down. You didn't like fall or, crack your skull or break a bone or anything like that.
No, I was just sitting in my recliner, just rocking back and forth, watching TV. And all of a sudden my dog kept like coming by me like she needed something.
Yeah. Well, she needed you to listen.
Yeah. But all of a sudden my mom's like, "Are you having a seizure?" And all of a sudden she saw my arm just go limp and just fall on the side of my chair.
17 minutes, man. That's long. Is that your longest one?
Yeah. My second longest one was 15 minutes.
Wow. And that's even recent. So like, how do you take medication for your seizures and stuff?
What I've been diagnosed with for my seizures is called non-epileptic seizures.
Okay.
I've been tested numerous times for epilepsy, and they said I don't have epilepsy. They have no idea what causes them, which they're guessing is stress, anxiety, low blood pressure, or something like that. But I'm like, have you met my family?
Yeah, and also, if I can, I'm not. First of all, let's make sure that everybody understands that neither Wolfman nor myself are medical professionals, doctors, PhDs, research fellows, or anything whatsoever in the medical field. Okay, want to make sure that's clear.
Yeah.
But based on the fact that you have autism as well, as anybody, I think the doctors actually tried to see if that is a possible link. And do you know if seizures, do other people with autism have potential problems with seizures? Do you know?
Not to the best of my knowledge, but I wouldn't be surprised.
So we're gonna say, we'll say that question. We'll circle back to that question. We're gonna do a more advanced episode on autism, but I didn't want to drown people in like homework and stuff for your first episode. So we'll save the in-depth stuff for the next time.
Yeah, it's just my seizures go from me having 4 concussions.
From the seizures, or from like falling or injuries associated? Okay, so injuries associated from the seizures, not from the seizures themselves.
Yeah, because
which of course is not. I mean, if you have a neurological disorder, you don't want to be having concussions. Saying maybe that might not be a good thing.
Yeah, I'm surprised my mom didn't put me in a helmet everywhere I went, but people, if
you see people out there, kids are out there with helmets on, now you might likely know the reason. It's for their own safety.
Yeah.
Often than not, 99.9% of the time, it'll be for the kid's safety.
Sorry.
Bless you.
Oh, thank you. So anyway,
yeah, go ahead.
I've had 4 concussions. My last concussion, I was just walking out my mom's car after doing whatever, slipped on black ice. I was literally vertical with the ground, hit the backside of my head hard enough, it bounced off the concrete.
Yeah.
My mom heard it from the inside of her car with the car running, and I almost broke my neck.
Yeah. Well, it's a miracle that you're still here after like some of the falls I imagine that you've had. So
nothing can kill the wolf, man.
Yeah, that's good. And now you got the dog to help with that. I mean, I would imagine if nothing else, that's got to be the primary thing, right? Like the dog alerting you that you can get to a seated position or a laying down position or whatever position is best for you to be in when that's happening.
Yep. Once she knows I'm in a safe position, she goes and gets, like, let's say my sister-in-law or my mom.
Oh, so she goes to get somebody.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay.
She's trained to do that. So
good.
She's also trained to retrieve like water bottle or my medication for like my headaches and stuff. So
okay. Good. Okay.
Yeah. She's a very smart dog, but she's very picky.
Yeah. Yeah. I imagine how long did it take you to go through the training for that dog?
It took me about almost 2 weeks to get fully trained and fully certified to be a handler for my service dog, because I had to pay $17,000 for this service dog. And that's not including the airfare, the hotel, the food, and everything.
Yeah.
So I'm like, this thing's going to save my life.
And it's not, but it's not covered by insurance. That's why you had to pay out of pocket.
Yeah, it's not covered by insurance.
I wonder if any service dogs are covered by insurance. That'll be something we have to look into. If there's a viewer out there watching, do you know?
Yes, there is a service dog that is free. It's C&I dogs.
Well, that's not what Yeah. Okay, so insurance covers seeing eye dogs for blind people.
Yeah, which doesn't make sense to me.
I don't understand what doesn't make sense to you about that, but we should save that for another time and circle back to that.
Yeah, it's confusing.
So yeah, listen. When I was younger, you're younger than I am. So when I was younger, in getting out of high school and stuff, my family, wanted me to get a service dog and stuff, and I considered it and I looked into it and stuff, but I also had to, like, at the time, for me to be able to do it, it was going to take like 4 weeks. Like I was pretty much going to have to be daily with this dog doing these things every day for like 4 weeks. And at the time I had just graduated high school and I wasn't looking to be tied down. I also wasn't looking for an animal at the time at that point in my life either.
Yeah.
So, I don't know if that was a good idea or not, but that's the way it is. And as we were talking off screen before about how help, like other than your family, is hard to find actually.
Yeah, people just think I'm just faking it or anything, or just doing it for attention, but no. Like if this dog wasn't here, the wolf man wouldn't be here right now.
Yeah, and also but like the people, like you said, you need assistance for some things, but like finding agencies or finding people other than your family to actually do these jobs is difficult to do. I mean, I have the same problem myself finding aids. I've been looking since March for an agency because my mom was going to have wrist surgery, and I'm still looking for an agency to work while she recovers from her wrist surgery in April. That happened in April.
Yeah. Wow.
So she's recovered already, and I'm still looking for an agency.
Hire Connor.
Yeah, pass. Love you, Connor, but no, not gonna happen. He works for the media company, not for me, not for like on a personal, like that kind of a thing.
Yeah. I had to just give him
yeah. Listen, when he comes out here to Pennsylvania, we're gonna have a match and we're gonna film it. So once I wipe the mat with him, then you can see what's left. Oh yeah, we're definitely videotaping it, and it's going to cost. We're going to sell the shit out of that. How many people out there right now, if you're watching this right now, how much money would you pay to watch a person with arthrogryposis, myself, wrestle a person with cerebral palsy like Connor Clarkson? Leave your answer in the comments, because we are going to market and sell the ever-loving crap out of that. I can assure you. That is not going to be on free programming. I got news for you. Okay, that's going to, like, sections of it on Facebook and YouTube, but that is going to be sold everywhere. All right, you're going to have to fork out some money to see me and Connor wrestle each other. And if the WWE, AEW, OVW, TNA, hey, any of you guys interested in hosting that match, we would absolutely be willing, for the right amount of money. So, hey, I'm sorry, Wolfman. I was talking about how the other podcast, like, waited like 35 minutes before they let you speak. I'm totally going to take a little time to sell, ourselves, me and Connor, on a match to OVW and AEW and WWE. The Wolfman is the special referee for that match. Okay, so there you go. So you got arthrogryposis, you got cerebral palsy, and you got autism all in one match. And I can assure you it'll be a barn burner.
Yeah, even though Connor wants to kick my ass too.
In the words of JR, it'll be a slobber knocker. Oh yeah, Wolfman. I mean, I don't know. You don't know me that well yet, but I am the heel in the ring. Okay, so you should be prepared to get kicked in the nether region or get hit in the face with brass knucks. Just be prepared for that ahead of time. Okay.
I'll make sure I wear my cup.
Please, just make sure you sell it. Just make sure you sell it.
Oh yeah.
All right. So what else do you want to tell us about autism? What else is it that you would like the average person to know or understand that we haven't covered?
Just because I have autism doesn't make me any less of a person.
Yeah.
I'm not a freak of nature. I'm not something that, like, oh, he bumped into me, I'm gonna get this or get that. But I'm a human being.
Yeah.
I've been bullied as far as I can remember, from elementary school all the way through high school, and I still get bullied to this day.
Well,
because of my disability.
Less now that you're with Mayhem.
Yeah, but I do not deal with bullies very well. I can't stand them.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, Yeah, I'm the same way, dude. I used to tell bullies in high school, "Hey, you want to step outside and find out?"
Yeah, that's why I joined the wrestling team. I joined the basketball team, the baseball team, just so I could toughen up, so nobody would screw with me.
But that usually doesn't work, though, right? That usually draws more attention then.
Yeah, like, oh, he has autism, he's just a charity case. But I got proof. I have 4 gold medals, 1 silver, 1 bronze, to show how good I am.
What are these medals from?
Track and fields for Special Olympics and wrestling.
Yes, thank you. I'm so glad. We didn't talk about this before the show about going into the Special Olympics, but I'm glad you brought that up, the Special Olympics. Because also Mayhem Media, as you know, does cover the Olympics to a certain degree. We've covered some of the past Olympics, and I have not yet successfully been able to do this, fully cover the Special Olympics the way I'd like to. But if you don't think that's what the people do in the Special Olympics are not athletic or they're not athletes, then I can assure you that they are just as much as an athlete as anybody that competes in the regular Olympics. Okay,
they can kick anybody's ass.
Yeah, and I'm sorry, you want to know how hard some of these people can go, dude? Watch rugby, watch some wheelchair rugby, and you're gonna find out what someone in a wheelchair is willing to do for competition, because that is some gnarly sport. That's my favorite of the Special Olympics, wheelchair rugby, dude. That's my favorite. If I had the ability to have a manual chair, I would absolutely be a wheelchair rugby player. No doubt in my mind, I would be a wheelchair rugby player.
Or roller derby.
I mean, there's like a version of roller derby, I believe, isn't there? In the Special Olympics?
I have no idea.
I'm not entirely sure about that. I'm not entirely sure about that, but wheelchair rugby is one of my favorite Special Olympic sports. I also like, just like regular Olympics, I like the Special Olympics swimming, and yep. I do like the Special Olympics track and field. In fact, I don't know. Do you watch the Olympics and the Special Olympics,
Yeah.
like the national, like the world ones?
I watched the regular Olympics, but I didn't know we could watch the Special Olympics.
Oh, Peacock.
Nice. And I
Peacock,
have
bro.
Peacock.
Do you? Oh, dude. Oh, well, I mean, you got to remember now, the Special Olympics they take place the 2 weeks after the regular Olympics. They don't take place at the same time. So
Yeah.
it's after the Olympics. So there's not as much promotion about it. You don't see it advertised on Peacock. But if you go into the Olympics on Peacock, dude, they have it completely. I give kudos to Peacock. When they first launched Peacock and they were doing the Olympics, the first year was garbage. They did really bad. They didn't have nearly enough stuff up on DVR. They weren't doing a good job at covering the sports at the right times. Since then, they have really turned it around. You can go and watch, dude. You can go back and watch. I don't think you can do it now, but when the Olympics are on, you can go and watch any sport. They don't restrict it at all. You can go watch if it's aired, it's on Peacock. You can go watch it on their on-demand services or whatever on Peacock. That's the great thing about them and the Olympic coverage, both the regular Olympics and the Special Olympics. Peacock does do a great job. We're looking for sponsors, Peacock, if you want to send us a check for all the times I just said your name. But it is great coverage. And I encourage people who watch the regular Olympics the next 2 weeks, watch some of the Special Olympics, dude. You're going to enjoy it, really.
Yeah. I sure miss being in the Special Olympics, but that was back in mid-90s.
Yeah. Oh, really? How old are you? How old are we? Should talk about that. 32? Okay. I am older than you. Let's move on.
Age is just a number, brother.
My age is my wisdom and my pride. So let's talk about what else is there, or is that pretty much covering what we got? I think that's pretty good for just the introduction here to autism.
It's
for people
just
that
one other thing. It's autism can be unseen. Just because they look normal, act normal, doesn't mean they don't have anything going on.
Yes, I would like to extend that and say to everybody that you never know what is going on with somebody under the surface. So, which is why you should just try and be kind all the time. Normalize the good. Normalize the good. That was Marcus's catchphrase: "Normalize the good and the humankind." And there's his medals. Yeah, nice. That's a nice collection of medals.
My dad was my coach.
Yeah.
May he rest in peace.
Yes, my dad also died. When did your dad pass?
November 11th, 2010.
2010. Yeah, mine that's crazy, dude. That's pretty close. That's pretty close.
And his birthday
not on the year, but that's close. That's close to you're just about a month ahead. Ahead of my dad. And then what was it? I think 4 or 5 years. I think actually. But yeah, and that's hard. That's hard. How old were you when he passed?
I was 17 years old when he passed away.
Not that it matters, when your dad passes, but I think it's harder
when he died.
I think it's harder when you're younger than if you're older. So, but at least you were 17. I mean, that's still hard. I can't imagine that. That's got to be difficult. But
yeah, and his birthday's in a couple of weeks. It's September 11th.
Oh, that's a terrible birthday.
So a double negative on that day.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah. So, well, then that's where we're going to wrap this up. It's a hard segue from that. How do you segue from that to the closing of the episode? You know what I mean? You just gotta grit your teeth and just push past it, and everybody feels it and they understand. But we gotta on with the show, right? Wasn't that what your dad would want? That's certainly what my dad would want too. He would not want anybody stopping and crying or anything. He'd be like, he'd kick me in my butt if that happened, if he saw me do that. So
I don't think my dad could reach that height. He was only like 5'9". I'm 6 foot.
Yeah. Oh, he can. Doesn't matter. He's your dad. He can kick you in the butt. Trust me. It doesn't matter. You'd be 8 foot tall and he's kicking you in your ass. But so that's where we're going to leave that. Both of our dads would kick both of our asses if we take any longer than we already have. So the show must go on. And with that, we're going to get ready to close out this episode. But we're going to do more on autism, and we're going to get some more advanced episodes. Like we're going to get in depth on some stuff, and help spread the awareness on what autism is. I've reached out to people that I know with autism and people that I know that know people with autism. I haven't found any that are brave enough to actually, except for Jacob, to come on a podcast episode yet. But, I'm going to keep looking. And of course, anybody, if you're out there, Mayhem Media is not always the place for this. We usually stick with entertainment, but Wolfman's a part of the team. So we definitely got to give him an episode, just like we gave Connor an episode to talk about his cerebral palsy.
If anybody out there has autism, if the Wolfman can do it, so can you.
Yep. And Mayhem Media is growing. If you're interested in being a podcast host, or you're interested in podcasting, or you have interest in video editing or producing or production or graphics or video, reach out to us. We're expanding the team. We're not making money yet, but we're also looking for sponsors. We're right there on the cusp. It's only going to be a matter of time. So Mayhem Media is going to continue to go strong for quite a while.
Yep.
Much to the dismay of some. Am I right?
Yep, and I don't know who you're talking about.
Despite as nice and as good as we are, Wolfman, we accumulate people that don't like us almost as fast as we accumulate people that like us, don't we?
Mm-hmm.
What are you gonna do? We're happy. We're happy to be the villains in your story. It's fine.
Oh, it's fun to be the bad guy.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, we're gonna get out of here. Jacob and I have other stuff to do. We run a company. I run a company, and he helps me. And we're gonna go and get back to work. So that's enough of the episode and enough of the talking. We got work to do, and that's what we're gonna go do. Look for Mayhem Media. Make sure you share it out. Hit the like button. Leave a comment. If that costs you nothing to do, to take a moment and just share it out. All right, that costs nothing. So please do that. Leave a comment. Leave a comment for Jacob. We'll do a Q&A next time if we get enough questions coming in. So feel free to do that.
And if you ever see me out and about in public or at a wrestling event, feel free to come out and say hi, take a picture. I'll even sign autographs.
Absolutely. And if that happens to Jacob before it happens to me, I will murder Wolfman. No, of course, no. I'm not even going to go off. YouTube already flagged us. I almost got the whole M word out. So we don't want to be flagged on YouTube. But no, I'm just kidding around, of course. But yes. Visit Wolfman. He goes to a lot of shows. He does. Wolfman, you go to a lot of wrestling shows, which is why he's one of the wrestling guys on the team. Anyway, him and Connor are great on the prediction show. Go watch.
Even though I'm the best prediction.
Go watch. We're getting the stats together so we can start releasing the numbers and stuff. Hopefully on the next one. Actually, that's what I'd like to do. I'd like to have everything ready so that we can actually discuss that in the next prediction show episode. So. And of course, Into the Barricade, you can check that out. And Mayhemtainment will be back in September. We'll be back in September for a couple of episodes. October, Halloween. We're not doing a whole month-long thing like we did, or at least we are, but it's not going to be 5 episodes. We're not doing one episode every week. We're looking at maybe 2 or 3 episodes for October to talk about some Halloween movies. And then, of course, before you know it, it'll be into Christmas, but we're not going to go that far. Hit the like button.
Birthday.
Button. What?
My 33rd birthday is December 1st.
All right. I'm going to order Wolfman and Connor a double milk because they're not old enough to drink. The rest of you go to bonfire.com/store/Mayhem Media Shop and pick up some apparel so that I can buy the Wolfman and the one and only Connor Clarkson that shot of milk. And please share it out. So that's where we're going to end this for the Wolfman, who is the prediction specialist and our researcher. I am the host of Mayhemtainment and the founder and president of Mayhem Media. And that's the end.